Hey guys, it's Shadow, and I play Mark Campbell. If you like listening to our games, consider supporting us on Patreon. More patrons directly increase the quality and quantity of the games that we play. Go to patreon.com/critfail to support us. Thanks!
Lizzie's walking back over with the phone book. They make microchips?
Microchips like the ones that would be in birds?
Well, I don't think they're normally supposed to be in birds, but they're open from 8 to 5. What time is it?
Probably after 5.
Good. We don't want to go when they're open.
I found something in this book. It's a log that is saying that they've done some government contract work, as well as
Okay.
independent research and sales. Don't know if that's going to be important, but
But they don't work with chemicals, really.
doesn't seem like it. Seems like they focus on microchips.
Well, if it's after 5 and they're closed, should we just go take a look now? Or do we want to, wait till really late at night?
We probably don't want to wait too long. Especially if Lena's getting ready to move and poison. Like, she might be doing it tonight. We don't know.
We don't even know if that's what she's trying to do. I mean, I don't know what else she'd be doing, but also we don't have any proof, just that the poison exists. And that she's mad.
Did it seem like she's already made the poison, or she just has the ingredients?
I don't know.
Okay, well, let's go. I think sooner is better, just in case.
Okay.
Let's go find the others.
Well, Dillon waited outside. Did you see Wayne come in?
I didn't see him.
Wayne is invisible, apparently.
There
He's
he
waving
is.
at right next to you.
Waves his hand in front of Mark's face. Yeah, I don't see him anywhere.
Oh dear.
There he is. Alright, let's go find Dillon.
Okay, I mean, he's just right outside. It says the library is for nerds. Oh, forgive me. Dweebs.
He's not wrong.
I guess it depends on your definition of the word. And Dillon.
We are still breaking into microlex, right?
Yeah, we were just finding out where they are and what they do, and they make microchips, and they're closed now, so let's go.
Huh. Like microchips for birds?
That's what Mark said. I don't know if they make them for birds. That would be a really niche market.
4 birds, 5 birds.
I don't know, it seemed like a lot of birds had microchips.
I mean, sure, a lot of birds in regards to... It was a lot of birds in the context of how many birds should have microchips, but in regards to how many birds there are, it was a very small number of birds.
Izzy, all I see is your mouth flap, 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 flapping. You can do that while you're on the handlebars.
Hey? Mark's the one asking about birds. I shall climb on the handlebars. Just saying. Sure, it's a lot of birds to have microchips, but it's a really small percentage of birds as a whole. So there's a lot of birds.
Speaking of birds, how's my homework coming along?
You think I've had a chance to start it? We literally left school, went there, and now we're here. When was I supposed to start?
You're like the god of homework.
I'll do it when I get home. I'm not doing it on the bike.
Well, hopefully we don't get stuck in here for the night.
What, in microlec? Or on
Yeah.
your bike?
Well, I'd rather not get stuck on my bike for the night. That would be very uncomfortable.
I only say because we're not at Microlex yet.
Not yet. But we're now heading there. So Dillon will look at the Microlex building.
It is a warehouse-size, single story. It is clean. There is a concrete apron and a car park. It is gated and fenced, but the fence does not look particularly difficult to scale. Lights are on, but that does not seem altogether unsurprising. A lot of places leave some of their lights on even if they're not there.
Are there any cars?
There is one car, and there's a big neon sign that says Microlex that is on.
Okay. Wait, really? They have a neon sign.
It's the 80s.
Do they know how much? Yeah, okay.
It's the 80s. No, they don't. They're like, yes, neon forever, all the time. It's great.
Yeah, that's right. Everywhere was neon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I bet we could climb the fence.
All right. Well,
Doesn't really seem like there's anyone here. Maybe one
There's one
person?
car. It could be a security guard or something. Some places have security guards all night.
well, Dillon's climbing off his bike and clambering over the fence.
All right, Lizzie's gonna climb too.
Well, the sooner we get inside, the sooner we won't get seen by the security guard.
Security guard
I
could be inside.
Yes, that makes sense. If we do get spotted, though, try not to kill them with your machete, Dillon.
He brought a
Oh.
gun. You think he's gonna win?
I mean,
Like I'm gonna seriously? Like, what would possess you to think that I would attack a human? Unless that security guard was
A
a
bird.
raptor and had a gun. Really?
Unless that human security guard was a raptor.
who has a gun?
I would never attack a human unless they were a raptor.
Do you regret your life choices, Aaron?
That's my new life
So
motto.
many. So many.
Where do you think the door that the key card works on is? Like just the main one, or
I guess. Well, there's two key cards here. I think they're identical, but here, and Mark will give one of them to Lizzie.
okay?
You
And
hang
she
on to
will-
this just in case we get separated or something.
I mean, if it's only to get in, we probably won't get separated between here and there. At least I hope not, because that would be. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lizzie's gonna climb the fence too.
Wayne will hop the fence too. I don't know if I said that.
Just leap right over it.
It is grass on the other side that leads up to the main entryway.
Yep, and Dillon's running up to the main entryway.
And Lizzie drops down to the grass on the other side and follows.
There is a key card slide.
Lizzie, you're up.
On the front door?
Okay, Lizzie will take the card she was given and swipe it. That's a good noise, right?
And Dillon will prod the door.
Prod it.
When you prod it, it doesn't do anything.
Prod as in pushing it open with his one finger.
What kind of door is it? It might have a handle. You've got, like, I
It
don't
does
just-
have a handle.
I don't think you can just push it. The door clicks open. Dylan pokes it.
Dillon plays with the door handle to see if it
He
opens.
It opens smoothly. It is a large wooden door with metal protective coating and the hinges are very new and well oiled.
Dillon will step inside.
It
Lizzie's
is
following.
brightly lit and air conditioned.
Oh wow, a lot nicer in here than it is outside.
Yeah, this whole place seems new.
Very clean.
What are we doing in here again?
I don't know. It was your idea.
I think we're looking for more evidence. Something that
Well,
we
we
could
know she worked
use.
here, so we want to. I mean, we might find something that says what she's doing. Or something. Do you think she'd have an office?
So this is more like a service entrance that's just off the main lobby.
I mean, do you think there's like a directory of where people work or anything? Or do we just gotta search the whole place?
I don't know. I've been at my parents' work, and they have a big sign up that says different levels and what's on each level. But I don't think this has any levels unless it goes underground. Dillon will walk over to the doors.
So Mark walks over to the security desk and sees that there's a line of walkie-talkies in the charger. And he's going to take out 2 of them and start fiddling with the circuit boards, and then put them back in, reattaching them. Okay, guys, I'm going to turn these on, and it's going to lure him over here.
How do you know?
It's going to make a loud noise through his walkie-talkie, and it will be pretty clear that it's a feedback from these 2 walkie-talkies. So he'll come over here to try and fix it, and when he does that, his back will be turned. We should be able to sneak past.
Okay. And Lizzie will wait for that to happen.
And about halfway through that conversation, Dillon just ran off at a low run, just shaking his head. Why do you have to overcomplicate things?
And Mark is going to flip on both walkie-talkies at the same time. A loud, ear-piercing sound of feedback echoing through both walkie-talkies can be heard, and to a lower extent, because he doesn't have the volume as high on his, it's making a droning noise from his walkie-talkie. And the security guard walks over to the security desk after Mark and the others have stepped away from it.
As that happens, Wayne will run over to like the storage closet, put a safety vest on, keep his head down, and just kind of speed walk over to the door.
Once the guard is distracted, Lizzie is going to sort of start stealthing down the hallway, checking the nameplates on all the doors while looking back over her shoulder to check that the security guard is still trying to work out what went wrong with his walkie-talkies. As soon as she finds the door that says Mona Richards,
Keycard reader on the outside of her door.
Lizzie's still got her key card, so she's gonna swipe it. Great. Lizzie's not waiting for Dillon to prod at the door. She's going to open it and enter.
And it is a small office. There is a computer on the desk.
All right, I got this.
Dillon's apparently sat at the computer, so Lizzie's gonna start going through files.
Yep, Dillon. Is the computer on? Okay, Dillon will turn the computer
I
on.
got this, says Dillon. The computer's not
um,
on and he's typing.
And he's looking. How do I turn this? Is it this one? He presses the reset
Mark,
button.
I don't know. He's the computer guy.
And then manages to find the power button and actually presses the reset button and then tries the other obvious one, the 5.25-inch drive button. Nothing's working. And then he manages to find the power button and turns it on. The computer powers up.
A very dot sort of screen in a greeny yellow writing. A little box comes up and it says password at the top.
Has Mark made his way in as well?
Yep, Mark enters the door.
Mark, do you still have that paper with the thing we
Capital
thought might be passwords?
NOBL capital E. How do I do a capital?
Well, you're not. What?
Here,
That wasn't
let me
it
do
either.
it, Dillon. And Mark kind of tries to also sit in the chair that Dillon's sitting in.
Dillon just looks at him like, "You need this?" Well, Mark's sitting on Dillon, so like, and then Dillon just pushes Mark off. It's like, "Get off me, you dweeb!"
Can you argue about the chair another time? I thought this was important.
Yeah, sorry. All right, let me type this in.
Excuse me, he was the one trying to sit on me.
You're the one messing around with the computer.
Well,
Okay.
someone had to. You weren't here.
I'm here now. Capital N, lowercase 0b, capital E, lowercase
Is
It's not a
it
zero,
O
it was an
or an
O.
O?
You're right. It's an O.
And how do you have a
Backspace,
lowercase
backspace,
zero? Can you do that on a computer?
A lowercase 0 is an O. Everybody knows this. Lower R, upper I, upper Z, lower E. Alright, let's see if this works.
She really thinks
hit
she's going to
enter.
win the Nobel Prize?
I mean, I hope she doesn't, because then I think she'd be really delusional, and that, I mean,
Lizzie, is it no bull or no bell?
Nobel.
Okay. Everyone kept saying Nobel.
No, it's the Nobel Prize.
What have you got, Mark?
It worked. I'm in.
Okay,
I am now upset. This is frustrating. It's taking longer than I want it to. There's lots of firewalls protecting simple like script that I would normally use to access information just isn't working, so I have to keep trying to find workarounds, and it's frustrating. But eventually I get it. Alright, I think I got something here.
okay.
So, it looks like she was working on some sort of new AI matrix to make robots more useful, with more complex commands. She seems to have been using her own personality as part of the matrix.
Okay.
It looks like a handful of chips have already been made. But there's a note from her supervisors that are saying they're demanding an update on her work. There's reference here to something called Niblung. I don't know what that is.
How do you what Niblung? What's
Yeah,
the spelling?
Nibelung. It's the Niblung. I don't know what that is. We'll have to research that.
A.
Also, there's some stuff here on chemistry and water filtration at the Hoover Dam, but it's a bit more non-committal in the system. It looks like it's more public knowledge than secrets.
Well, what do we do with that?
I don't know.
How is she putting her personality into a whatever?
Well, if she's like programming how the AI would respond to different things, and the responses are hers based on what she would do.
But then what's that going into? Robots?
An AI matrix.
But
Yeah, so it's to make robots more useful.
so there's gonna be robots with her personality?
I guess.
But I mean, it doesn't really seem like she's got a great personality.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean the robots are all gonna want to poison stuff too?
Yeah, it seems like no one's really aware of her putting her own personality into the AI matrix.
I mean, I don't think they would be.
I wonder if she's trying to not quite sabotage, but take over the project, and maybe she's trying to like create an AI of army of robots to do her bidding that all agree with her.
There's that, or I mean, you did just say they wanted her to improve the efficiency or whatever. She might just think she's the best at doing it.
Uh, I guess it's mostly just to make them more useful. Like you'll be able to ask them more things, and remember that one robot that we found while all the adults were controlled?
If you consider Dillon kicking it to be us finding it, then yeah, I
It couldn't
remember.
really answer anything. So, I mean, having smarter robots,
Couldn't or wouldn't.
wow, I guess I don't know, but it didn't seem like it could. So having AI that is able to answer more questions, like in general, that sounds like a pretty good idea. But if she's putting her own personality into it, that doesn't sound very good, especially with all the stuff that it seems like she's behind.
Okay, well, where do we go from that?
Well, it looks like some of the chips have already been made. And there's the reference to the Nibelung. I don't know what that is, but that could be important. Could be our next lead.
Lizzie's just gonna quickly look through any files or whatever in case there's anything that looks relevant. If there's not, there's not, but there's Lizzie's flipping through some files she picked up and turns to Mark and says, "There's something here with that same word. Nibelung, Nibelung. I don't know. It's a decommissioned hover transport that's in the boneyard. And considering they live here, everyone would know the boneyard is a junkyard located a couple kilometers outside of town. It looks like it's an old Russian transport, and it says that Mona, which is Lena, got it for testing. Maybe not officially? I don't know. It's hard to tell, but she got it and was gonna use it for testing.
Hmm. So that's probably a good bet that's where she's storing the things, right?
Or,
Either
I
the
mean, she could
chips
just go
or
hovering out over the water and dump poison off the thing if she felt like it.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's possible. You said it was decommissioned though, right? Might not work.
I don't know. Couldn't she fix it if she's smart enough to put her personality into microchips or whatever?
Computer smartness and like mechanical smartness don't always overlap.
Says the one messing around with the insides of walkie-talkies.
Yeah, that's computers. Like, I couldn't fix a hover transporter.
What's a hover transporter?
Like a
Yeah.
vehicle that hovers and transports stuff.
Oh, right. Duh.
Dillon's. Well, I mean, we can go to the boneyard and look around, see if it's still there. Unless you think we can find out anything else here.
I think we have our. I think we know where to go next. I
Do
can't think
we?
of anything else to do here. Yeah, I think we need to go to the boneyard, and
Well, I
if
agree
we
we
can.
can go. I don't agree that we know.
Hmm.
I think we know. Like,
Well, you might think
she.
you know. I'm not gonna say that.
She has been doing shady experiments in secret, and we just found out that she has a shady, like, decommissioned hover transport. She's probably doing her shady stuff there.
She had all the chemicals for poison back at the house. I'm not saying we shouldn't check it out. I'm just saying I don't think we know anything at this point.
I think there's probably evidence there. I mean,
I'm
it
not
might.
disagreeing with you. I just wouldn't say we know anything.
Okay, well, I am confident that that is the best next step.
I mean, I certainly can't think of anything else to do.
The only other option I can think of is if we think we have enough evidence, but I don't think we do yet. Like, we have a decent amount of evidence, but I still think without hard proof, we wouldn't be able to really get her locked up or anything. She might just go free and then dump the chemicals.
Okay, let's go to the boneyard. Tales from the Loop is produced by Free League, starring SPG as Wayne, Raveninsane as Dillon, Shadow as Mark, Emily as Lizzie, and Ghost as the Storyteller. Sound and music by Sirenscape and Epidemic. This has been a Crit Fail production. Thanks for listening.